The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Check 53, Mike. All 52. It's just me and you. We go.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Cannot get away, and down he goes. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Fielded at about the 28. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
180. Real. You're not ready.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And Jones has it over the middle. 11 yards there, 1st down. Jones last year led the Bills, 652 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, more than doubled his production from 2017. Now they're hoping for an even bigger bump this year. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run here with Singletary. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
57. Stop your body.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's complete to Brown, right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Jim. Watch twist. Watch the safety creep.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this 1st half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Hauschko with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Mayfield on first down. That's caught by the UCLA product. It's Caleb Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he spins past him and into space. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
It's caught by OBJ. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Mayfield now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Gets past one man. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And again, it's Mayfield. open man. It's Rattling. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here, 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Mayfield with it once more. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working out of the gun, Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run with Hunt. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Mayfield now. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Now Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses, It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Landry, the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break up.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 83 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Ed Oliver breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mayfield looks to throw. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Mike 57. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. he takes it all the way down to the 32. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. Maybe I go out there and try and stop them, but boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now a run with Singletary. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bills, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.